Oh, hey there. How are you doing today? It's good to see you. Thank you so much for finding time to join us on the show today. If I am on your screen, then of course it is Medley O'Clock. Yes, welcome to the Medley Show. My name is Tochi and I will be your captain for the next 1 hour. That is, of course, if you stick around. I'm hoping you do because we have something very interesting to talk about today. I'm super excited about it. But anyway, before I get into all that, how are you doing? How was your day? How has your week been so far? It's the middle of the week already, and I want to assume that you've been having a great week. If you have, then get set because the next 1 hour I'm about to add more spice to what is an already great week. And if you've not been having a great week, not to worry. At the end of the show, you're going to thank me because right now we're about to entertain, inform, and of course give you great information that I'm sure you having one word or the other been looking for. So, yeah. What are we talking about today on the Medley Show? Do you love to travel? I do. So today we'll be talking local tourism. Yes. Where are those amazing, fantastic places in Nigeria, in your city, that you probably do not know about, or you do, but you just haven't found the time to go and explore it? So, when I was growing up, my dad made us do a lot of road trips. So I kind of fell in love with road trips. Anywhere I wanted to go, I want to go by road. But then, as I got older, I realized it's not just about the road trip, man. It's just about making the trip in itself and enjoying it. Even though I know someone who used to say that some people just get into a vehicle to travel and all they do is sleep from the start to the finish. They don't get to enjoy all the beauty that is on the road. Well, today on the show, we're going to help you understand some things about making a trip, where to go to, what to expect when you get to a particular place, how to park. I mean, we're going to have great guests in the studio that are going to be giving you insight into all that you need to know about taking a trip in your locality. We're not talking about Japan now or going abroad. No. We're talking about enjoying your locality where you are. I mean, there are some very beautiful places in Nigeria. Some you do not even know. I mean, they are popular tourism sites, but there are some that are so beautiful that you have no idea about. That is all we are going to be talking about on the Medley Show. Okay, before I bore you with all my information, of course I don't bore you. Let's kickstart the program. Let's set the tone for the show with a very interesting music video by Blessing Tankman. Watch this, and when we get back, there'll be more on the Medley Show. Stay with us. So if you just joined us, you're right on time for a great time. So we are talking local tourism today, and that was a fantastic music video by Blessing Tangbang singing the song Sirim. Did you see the serenity of where they shot that music video? Okay, that is part of what we're going to be letting you in on today on the show. I did promise you that we have fantastic guests, right? Yes, so now it's time for you to meet them. Okay, so the first person on my list is someone I'm very envious of. Yes, I'm beefing you, but I'm still going to let them meet you. I'm talking about Mr. Mark Moore. Welcome to the show. You are a tour operator of Medley Travels. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So how is it that you've been to every state in the country? Like what was that? So the rest of us that haven't been to everywhere, what should we do now?
Well, you can plan to be there someday.
Anyway, we also have Remy Osifo on the show. You're the lead curator for Abuja City Tourists.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome to the show, Remy.
Thank you for having me.
One of the things I love about what you do is that, you know, those in Lagos have this notion that they have the most beautiful places in Nigeria.
Right.
And you have a way of, you've made it a duty to let everybody know that Abuja is fun.
Yes.
Abuja is beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being on the show with us here. And I'm sure you're going to help our viewers know the beautiful places that are in Abuja as well.
Of course.
Okay, so today we're talking local tourism. Let me ask you again, what do you have against Sokoto? Why haven't you been to Sokoto? Because he's been to everywhere in the country except Sokoto.
Well, I really do not have anything against.
So why was it the last on your list?
No, it's all about time and scheduling.
Okay.
You see, the thing is, what actually spurred my going around Nigeria is the fact that a lot of Nigerians really don't know Nigeria.
Yep.
You know, so, and I took it upon myself. Started with a passion for travel, passion for tourism and all of that. Okay, let's see what's actually in here and see what we can showcase and tell the story, you know, to people. I didn't want to be told a story of a section of a part of Nigeria. So it's all about, so I scheduled it, you know, I didn't just go 35 states all at once.
Okay,
you know,
so
it's all
part
of the schedule. So
one after the other.
yeah, so definitely there will be time for Sokoto.
So in all the places you've been to, where is the most interesting, where was the place that you're like, oh God, I have to do this place again? Where was the most interesting place for you?
Well, I've actually been asked this question a couple of times, and I find it somewhat difficult answering this question because, you see, every state in Nigeria has its own peculiarity.
Yep.
It's known for its own nature, beauty, and all of that. So, trying to, you know, put
I'm
forward.
trying to get you to tell me the beautiful things you've seen. I mean, I've been to a couple of states in Nigeria, not everywhere, but I needed to motivate me and everyone else watching. Like, where should I plan to go next?
No, see, the thing is this: let's start from the south. Let's start from the Obudu Mountains and all of that. It's a whole serene environment on its own. It's like the temperate. It's a temperate region and everything there. Or you want to look at the waterfalls up north, you know, and all of that. It gives you that kind of, you know, fascinating natural experience. Or you want to look at the cold and warm spring of Ikogosi and all of that, you know, or the beautiful coastline, beach line along.
Okay,
in
don't
Lagos.
let it all out. Don't let it all out. I'll come back to you. So, Remy, Abuja is fun. Abuja is beautiful.
Yes.
Tell me, I mean, I live in Abuja. I've been in Abuja for the major part of my life, but I cannot boast to know the things you know. So please, help me out.
I would say that I grew up in Lagos, and
Wait, what?
Yes.
You grew up in Lagos?
Yes,
and you're showing me Abuja. I mean, I grew up here.
I grew.
I grew up here. How are you showing me Abuja? Oh yeah, go on.
That was very motivation for showcasing Abuja. So when I left Lagos, I knew I wasn't going back. Please, apologies to everybody. I knew I wasn't going back because I felt it was too fast paced for me, and I didn't want to be in that environment. Now coming to Abuja, there's just this narrative of Abuja is boring. Every time I had a friend or anybody come in, they would say, how are you surviving? How are you living here? It's so quiet, it's so calm. Luckily, I took up a job in the media, and this made me travel around Nigeria. I realized, oh.
Okay, so you also have been.
Yes, I've been around, not
and
all
West
the.
Africa.
Yes,
So,
and
okay.
West Africa. I'm still on my West African journey,
Oh, right,
by the way.
okay.
So at that point, I realized maybe I should showcase Abuja and talk about other places in Nigeria, but showcase Abuja. And this was how the interest. That's how I developed interest. Now, there are a lot of exciting things to do here. There's something about Abuja that is cultural, but people kind of miss it. Right. So let me talk about the Buhari Pottery Village. Right. When I visited that place, I was in awe. It felt so different. So you could feel the talent, the natural talent of the average Nigerian in that place to create something from clay, from sand, to something really beautiful in different designs, different styles, and the outcome is just something to behold, right? And the good thing about this is if you choose to go there, you can also experience it for yourself, and they're ready to show you how to create that from top to bottom. So I would say exploring Abuja, you would divide it into two: activity-based and cultural-based. So it depends on the experience, but there's always something to see here.
Okay. So let's talk about, you guys, part of what you do majorly is to do trips, right?
Yes.
So I want to travel. Of course, the first thing everybody will consider when they want to make a trip is the cost implication, yeah? Okay, so let's talk about from lowest to highest. What are cost implications for vacating in Abuja? Right. What scenario would you be that, I didn't even spend at all, but I had a good time? And how would it be that I spent so much money, but of course I don't regret it? So from lowest to highest, vacating in Nigeria.
Okay, it's not directed at me.
Anybody? Okay, I'll start with you, Remy.
Okay, it depends on the kind of experience you're looking for in Abuja.
I mean, adventure, fun.
Okay, so you could actually go to a number of places for free here. Yes. So let's take example, hiking. It's something Abuja people love. Yes.
Okay, that's low, but not free. We pay for hiking.
Oh, you can go by yourself.
Oh, no.
Of course you can.
I'm not about to do that. Go hiking by myself.
But you just mentioned adventure.
Where's the fun? Okay, yeah, I want to do adventure, but please.
And yes, you can actually go with your immediate friend group for free. But I'd advise that you do proper research and find out about the area that it is that you're going to. But let's use Wonderland Peaks. I think that's the most common and the most open hiking trail I know about here in Abuja. You can go there for free. It's about 2-3 hours, but the views at the top.
Sorry, say again?
Wonderland Peaks.
What did you say after that? 2-3 hours? I have to have stamina.
Really? Of course.
3 hours on foot.
But that's the fun. That's why you go hiking.
Okay, let me hear from you, Mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
But basically, like what we do, I try to experience these places first before trying to bring people along. So I know what story to tell. I know what kind of experience they are going to have when they get there. So for a proper vacation, actually about maybe 4 days, 3 nights vacation in Nigeria, you should be looking at about, depends on the location, between a 150, a 200, all inclusive. Don't forget, all inclusive.
Is that the lowest or the highest now?
Well, talking about lowest and highest, it depends on your taste. Because some persons want luxury, some persons want adventure. Is relative. I could want adventure, the rugged one, and I could want I want to adventure, but I still want to be comfortable to a great extent. So but from 150,000 upward, it depends. And this cost, a lot of things are actually factored into all of these costs. It's not just going for the experience. You have the transportation, accommodation, insurance, meals, and all of that. So that's why I say it all depends on, it varies depending on the destination
that you
in
want
Nigeria
to go to.
that you want to go to. Yeah.
So there's a plan for everybody.
There's a plan for everybody.
Okay. Anyway, I've been talking to Remy and Mark, and we've been talking local tourism, but time now for us to get to the streets and find out what, we spoke to a few people on the streets, and here is what they had to say about local tourism in Nigeria. Watch this.
My idea of a vacation, I think a place where you can, relax and unwind, no noise, just you, yourself.
You've done so much for the year or for a particular period, and then wanting to relax, calm the nerves so that you come up refreshed again, and basically.
Is a time where you take out time from your workplace, go to a nice place to relax, enjoy the good things of life, make yourself happy, reduce stress, and that's it.
In Nigeria, we don't have system of vacation in Nigeria, so it's a zero question to ask what the meaning of what my idea of vacation. The government never taught us vacation, so you will be enslaved right from day one.
Once in a while, it's good to go on vacation just for relaxation purpose.
I also go to the Asian country because I school in the Asian country. I school in Malaysia.
Asian country?
Yes, it's the best place to go.
Yeah.
No wahala. Lovely people to meet.
Now, I will pick Lagos, the beach. I love the settings and everything and how it makes me feel mentally. So it's just peaceful there for me.
Place to say, I want to visit where nature can be felt, say like the zoo, other places basically where nature can be felt anyway, yeah.
Having a vacation in Nigeria is as well good. So you can stay, there are places you can go in within Abuja, just leave your house, go to a better place, and then you have a view of what is going on there. You can be able to think straight and be able to relate and plan for, and plan for life.
I hear of Paris, I hear of London, I hear of America, though I've not been there. But I think it should be an experience because I've done pictures or I've edited videos for someone who had been there, looking at the background, looking at their weather. I think it should be a good place to visit.
Nigeria is a very cool place. It's a very nice place. Talk about Abuja Ranch. You go to some places in Lagos. We have Lekki. We have other places. It's just that we're just trying to make the government to make the enabling environment for us, to make everywhere conducive, because everything you're looking for in diaspora is also here in Nigeria.
Okay, I've been wanting to go to UK or Canada, any of the two places. UK or Canada, any of the two places.
Me, I also want to go to UK and Canada. But I mean, we're talking local tourism, but hey, wherever you want to have fun, it's up to you. You're on to the Medley Show. If you just joined us, we've been talking local tourism, and I have Mark and Remy in the studio. But before we get back into the conversation, our phone lines are open for you to send in your messages, not call. Please do not call. Send in your messages to 0811-7782-020. The numbers will be on the screen. So please send in your messages. Tell us your best local tourism vacation in Nigeria. If you've had any, whichever one you want to embark on, let us know. We'll talk about it on the show. Okay, so Mark and Remy. Now, this is what I want to talk about. When you were talking about the FCT, you said something about culture. So everywhere, regardless of how exposed it is, has a culture. Yes. They have people that from there. So let's talk about the importance of cultural immersion in these vacations. I mean, sometimes I see videos of people have been to Kenya or to one place, and then they're trying to relate with the locals to do some of the things. Yes. How fun can that be? That's like merging both the culture of the place you went to visit and also enjoy. Like, that's also part of the tourism in itself. So yeah, let's talk about that. So I'll start with you, Mark.
All right. I think basically over time, over the tours we have actually organized, we've had that cultural immersion too, and we try to, because people are coming from different parts of the country to a particular location, so you want to know how these people, how they live, their way of life,
how they got
and of
there.
course, and all of that, and importantly as well, the food. you know, because every part of the country has its own, you know, specialty when it comes to food and all of that. So I mean, if you go south, what is their delicacy? You know, local delicacy there. Yeah. So how do you participate? So we try to infuse that into our tours and have people, you know, partake. I give you an example. We had a group of tourists from America who came in. We took them around 5 states in the country for 9 days, and we ended here in Abuja. But then we had to visit somewhere around the Masaka region. They visited the family. You know, just wanted to know how the people, you know, live. So they prepared their meal, their local meal, and see all of them eating. They didn't not just eating from the table, but you just had to eat from the same bowl with them. You know, so that kind of, you know, you're able to go back and say, okay, I went to Nigeria, I sat with the family, I ate the way they eat their food, and I felt their way of life. So that is it. So we try to infuse all of that, you know, do the things, what are the activities they do basically, you know, so try to just to make that happen. Yeah. So also the dancing and all of that, we got them, you know, dance, what's peculiar with Yoruba dance, the Igbo dance.
Were they able to do the dance?
Well,
were they whites or blacks?
They learned it.
Were they whites or blacks?
Black Americans. Basically.
Oh, okay, yeah, they're going to learn the Americans. Yeah. Sorry.
But in some cases, Nigerians too, over time, when they go travel these places, they also, you know, learn some of these things. Because the idea is, you know, you traveling on vacation in Nigeria is leaving your comfort zone, you know, go somewhere, experience something new, you know, then you go back and tell the story and try to get other people to also experience. That is the whole idea for us.
When you mentioned food, my heart skipped because I honestly do not know how to, I'm not adventurous with food. I'm adventurous with a lot of things, but not food. I don't know how to like manage food. So I went to, there was somewhere in Anambra State that I went to. Of course, it was work, but I started to see the community. So we found out that they cultivate the rice that they cultivate in that community is red. Red rice. But they don't eat it like we do. They don't eat like, you know, with the way we boil rice, we cook rice in various varieties. But how they eat theirs is, there's a way they cook the soup, but it draws. But the rice, they'll cook it till it's with a lot of water, till it's very soft. And then they turn it till it's like what we call swallow. So that's how they eat rice. They don't know how to eat the regular rice that we eat. And they say it's very healthy. So because they saw us with cameras and all, so they wanted to give us something. So they made that for me and the cameraman. Oh my God, I was struggling. But I had to show them I was appreciative of their gesture. So I tried to eat it. It wasn't bad though, but of course, you know, there's something they say growing up, the eyes eat first. So I had to try to convince myself. So for some people, it may not be easy to get into that culture. You agree, right? Yeah. So what would they do in that situation? Like, how do you get to still enjoy it if you're finding it hard to like align with what they're doing?
Let me take this up. I was in Gambia recently. Something very interesting happened. We were about to board the ferry from Senegal to Banjul, and we were so hungry. But it was a public holiday and all the restaurants were closed. It was a Muslim public holiday. This man offered his food to us. Someone gave him food or something. He was like, oh, you can eat the food. When we walked in there and we looked at the food, we looked at each other like, I'm not sure. But the story behind it, the mind behind, the heart behind it, we didn't even know. 5 of us just joined and started eating this food. I could see the excitement. He was so happy that we could eat. That was our first time of seeing the meal. It's called beef yassa with something, I don't know. But we're just eating. It had potatoes, had a bunch of things inside. Normally, that's not how Nigerians will make that meal, but we dug in, and it was literally with our fingers. So we were eating from the same plate.
Nice?
Yes, it was okay. It was nice. It was spicy. It was okay. I realized something all through that country. They eat together.
Right.
So when we walked into the border control, the officers were there eating together, and they invited us, come and join us.
Wow,
yes, and they expected us to join them. It was very interesting.
From the same, like everyone just puts their hand in the same plate.
I noticed it was even the same plate all across, the same type of plate, a silver plate, wide plate, and they just put the food in the middle and expect you to eat. And we did that. we had to take pictures with him, and he was so excited, and we were very happy. So the thing is, it might not look good to you, but take it from the place of yes, the love, the heart, the niceness, the kindness in which someone offers to you. So we also curate tours. We're tour guides as well, so we curate tours in Abuja for people coming into Abuja. And like he rightly said, one of the things that people want to experience is food. Recently, we had 2 Indians come in, and she kept saying, "Oh, Indian food is spicy." I said, "Really? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" I said, "You know what? This is what we're going to do." It was an elderly couple. We're going to try a bunch of meals, and the only one they couldn't eat was onunu. I don't know if you've ever seen or eaten. They couldn't eat onunu, but they tried pepper soup.
Right.
I made sure they tried
nkwobi. Very spicy.
Trust me.
You doubled the spice. Anyway.
After taking like 2 spoons, the man was like, "No, I said okay."
Okay, so let's take a few messages. Okay, now the first message I'm seeing, I'm not sure I like it. It says the idea of vacation in Nigeria is zero. Daniel from Gwarimpa. Mark, please tell him it's not true. Tell him it's not true. How do you say that about our Nigeria?
You see, the thing is, you never know until you experience it, and experience it the right way.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I started, I said a lot of Nigerians don't know Nigeria.
Yeah. Yes.
And part of why that happens is because, one, these places are actually their natural, created and all that.
Yeah.
But the challenge with most people from experience is that they don't really know how to get to these places. You understand? And I think we kind of downplay what we have as a nation. And by so doing, we allow other people tell our stories for us. So how will I as a Nigerian say traveling is zero? Perhaps he might have his own reasons. Maybe the insecurity.
He hasn't even gone anywhere really.
Part of it. It could be it. And some persons just have this notion of anything Nigeria, just kill it.
Oh, that's a bad mindset. Nigeria is actually very beautiful.
It is, and that is why we try, and a couple other operators too. That's why we try to showcase these places where we visit, using the social media, tell the stories and put things out there so people can see. And a lot of people really travel or would want to travel when they see that they can actually go in group and not just them. And most of the times, a couple of people who've gone on tours with us are first-time travelers, locally, and they end up telling good stories. So I strongly believe that Daniel will tell a good story if he finds,
if he tries to go around the country, right? A couple of places. If you try to do that, I'm sure your story will change. Your confession will definitely change. This person says, "Hi, I am Mayo. If I'm to visit any place now, it will be Akwa Ibom State because I want to witness their carnival." I think it's Calabar. That has a carnival, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this person has a question. It says, "Good afternoon. What will you do if people do not welcome you in Nigeria?" Like, I think he's trying to say if you go to a community and you're not welcome, what are you supposed to do? I was coming to that question because people also have to know what to do if you're going to a new place so that you don't, because I've been somewhere before and while we're trying to take pictures, a bunch of guys came out, they said they're the youth of the community, we're not supposed to do this, do that. How are people supposed to handle that kind of situation?
So depending on the environment you're going to, the best thing would be to head straight to the traditional ruler to introduce yourself. Yes, that's the appropriate thing to do. I am here, this is my name, this is where I've come from, this is why I'm here. Okay. Let's take it as though we don't know anything. When you go into somewhere, you can be a threat to that place.
Actually, that's
but
true.
Introducing yourself gives the soft landing. They understand why you're there, what it is you're there for. As with everywhere we go to, if you walk into an organization, you would want to introduce yourself. So it's basically the same thing. That's one of the best things to do. Also, when you do that, you find that the traditional ruler might give you someone to take you around, which makes it a lot easier. Also makes communication a lot easier. Say there are no English-speaking individuals in the environment. When you have somebody walking around with you, they're able to communicate what you need and who you are to other people. So that gives a soft landing.
Yeah, so what you just said reminded me of something. So I had to, we went to, Okay, now when you think about caves in Anambra State, which one do you know? Which one do you remember?
There's Ogbunike
Cave, yeah,
yes.
that's what everyone says. But let me shock you. Do you know there's a second cave in Anambra State? Right. There's a cave in Anambra State called Obaoku Cave. Very unpopular. Very unpopular. I mean, I went there. Someone else also told me about it. So I went there to do a bit of a documentary about the place. And the place has a lot of stories. Very beautiful. It actually has a very tall waterfall. Very beautiful. But a lot of people do not even know about it. So yeah, that's what I want to talk about right now. I said that to say this. There are very unpopular places in Nigeria that we do not even talk about, but you also need to discover and experience. With that, you need to watch this. These are unpopular tourism sites in Nigeria. Enjoy.
With over 350 ethnic groups and 500 languages, Nigeria has a unique and well-preserved culture and tradition. Almost every state is a holiday destination for local and international tourists seeking leisure, business, or festivals. From the southeastern part of Nigeria, the Ngu Pine Forest Cave and Waterfall located in Enugu present a mixture of fear and fun to tourists. Enjoy every walk through the cave by taking off your shoes and feeling nature. Be careful because the waterfall makes the ground mushy and slippery. The walls of the cave are filled with different kinds of markings, which makes it intriguing but fun. With multiple entrances and exits into this cave, the Ogbunike Cave, situated in Anambra State, is a mysterious cave with both spiritual and cultural significance. Descending into this cave, tourists are expected to remove their shoes, while women having their monthly cycle cannot go in, as tradition demands. Most importantly is the belief that water from this cave has healing attributes, which explains why tourists are regularly seen with cans to collect the water for consumption and other needs. Located in the ancient city of Akure in Ondo State is the beautiful Idanre Hills, which is also called Oke Idanre. This ancient civilization, surrounded by legendary hills and beautiful vegetation, is recorded to have been in existence for over 800 years. The hills that surround this city serve as protection for its inhabitants against external aggression. Truly, climbing this gigantic masterpiece of 682 steps requires strength, resilience, and stamina. When talking about nature's gift, in northeastern Nigeria, be sure not to miss out the Suku traditional landscape situated in Madagali local government area of Adamawa State. This is one of UNESCO's World Heritage Sites. The distinctive dry stones from this area are hierarchically placed on each other to build the Suku Palace with heights ranging from 8 to 9 feet tall. The walkways leading to the top of the hills are designed with this unique stones. All this creates a scenic cultural feature for any tourists. For more of history lessons, let's travel to Kaduna State, where in 1928, archaeologists discovered ancient and mind-boggling sculpture pieces in a small village of Nok. These terracotta sculptures were the first ever to be discovered in Africa. Tourists will be delighted to learn about one of Africa's early civilization story, unraveled in the terracotta heads of man and animal. The carvings have exaggerated heads with bulgy eyes, big noses, and mouths, and are preserved in the museum for posterity. If you find yourself in Edo State, south of Nigeria, you can make a stop at Onwu, where a prehistoric giant is said to have left a footprint on a flat granite rock for all to see. The location is between the villages of Okosioke and Okosiosi. There are indeed several rich tourist destinations in Nigeria, so consider taking your next holiday or a simple getaway to any of these sites within your state or any other region of the country.
There you go, you're welcome. So those are some unpopular places in Nigeria that you might want to visit, apart from the ones you always hear about. So of course, we're talking local tourism on the Medley show, and I still have Mark and Remy in the studio. So now I want to know, we just saw some unpopular tourism sites in Nigeria. So I wanted to share with me some that you probably have been to that are not on the list of very popular ones. I mean, I shared mine. So let's hear yours, Mark.
Okay, I like to start with the Cross River National Park.
Isn't that popular?
Tell me where you've seen it.
Okay.
You mind when you say Cross River, Calabar comes to mind.
Actually, yeah, that's true. That's true.
But it's not in Calabar. It's actually in Akampa.
Right.
You know, and it's a place you go to. You're totally locked out of everything. Okay. No network, nothing. It's just you. It's just you and nature. You know, and they have beautiful chalets there too. You know, you can actually also stay at. Then they also have the Mount Patti in Lokoja, actually. Yeah. I know it's so strategic that it ought to be that, you know, every day there's a huge traffic into Abuja, you know, back and forth. So how will it be like somebody coming into Abuja makes a stop in Lokoja? It could be for a while. For a while, you know, explore Mount Patti, because Lokoja actually has played a significant role in the history of Nigeria. Right. So if you do that, that's where the confluence is, you know, and all of that. So explore that for a day, then you enter the city, or you're leaving the city, you know. So it's one that is there that could also be promoted, but it's not popular, you know. So those are two that around. Those are quite a number of them, though. Yeah.
Okay. So before you tell me yours, I would like to read this message so that you would answer it, yeah?
Okay.
Says, hi, my name is Miriam from Kano. I'm loving your program. Thank you very much, Miriam. I would love to do my vacation in Abuja. Any ideas? So, yeah.
Lots of ideas. So what does Miriam like? Let's start with exploring some places here. So there's Usuma Dam, there's Bori Pottery Village I talked about, there's Ushafa Pottery Village as well, both on the outskirts. And then when you proceed into town, there's the Nike Art Gallery. There is also the Digital Museum that I really would love people to talk more about, because it's such digital museum where you get to learn. Yes. So it's really a beautiful idea, because you get to read about and literally experience history in real time. I think it's beautiful. So there are countless things that she can do. And please make sure to try all the local snacks available. So the dankwa, the kilishi, the dabunama. Don't leave here without experiencing. Yes.
So I'll take another message. There are obviously nice places in Nigeria that hasn't been explored. For instance, Abuja is really beautiful and has beautiful views. Thank you very much, though there is no name and location. Okay, so this person is saying, how do you travel to know places when the government is talking about fuel increase and everything is expensive, so I am not encouraged to even make a trip. Ben from Araba. Okay, yeah. So I think that just started. So if you wanted to travel since, you probably would have started doing that. But I have a question, though. Nigeria is not a place where family vacation is a thing.
Really?
Yeah, people travel. Yeah, I mean, people travel with the family. Okay, let me tell you the most popular family vacation. And it's not like family vacation. At the end of the year, mostly with my brothers from the East, everybody's going to the village for Christmas or Easter, you're going home. But you know the way that we see, it's always from one home to another, but there is something about the family going to an unknown place just for about a week or two. It's not a popular thing in Nigeria. I mean, if I'm wrong, correct me, but I do not think family vacation is it. I mean, in your experience in the work that you do.
So. I don't agree, because like I said, we run a tour guide company called ACT Experience, and our specialty is actually honeymoon and family tours. So we have a lot of families coming, and then we have a lot of couples coming to Abuja, and we treat them to a very nice experience. Most times they stay 2, 3, 4 days. So I'm really, and most of them.
Do you see that often?
Yes,
because
that's our specialty. So we have more of those kinds of vacations.
Development, because from what I know, it's not that popular. So okay, Mark, I'm going to ask you this: road trips and weekend getaways. Let's talk about the joy of spontaneous travel. Like you just wake up today, pack your bag, and I'm off.
I think that happens, but you see, the thing is, I will be able to speak from.
Is there some risk in that? In just,
of course, of course.
Or like I want to go to Calabar today, and then you're off.
No,
not for nothing, but just to experience the place.
Well, the thing is, whether there are risks to that, I do not think there are, because every day people travel back and forth for different reasons.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and if you move from point A to B, you do what you want to do. You can as well pack your bag and want to go to Calabar. Now the question is, when you go to Calabar, where in Calabar are you going to? So, I mean, the places are there, open every day of the week for you to access. There are places for you to stay. So, but I think the question basically would be, do people really travel spontaneously? That would be it. And my answer to that would be, I don't really think as such.
No, not everyone is spontaneous. Not everyone has an adventurous spirit. Some people need people to get them to do it. Some people just want to do it. But there's something for me, there's something fun about spontaneity. You just want to do it because you want to do it, not because there's a particular reason. So that's what I'm talking about, yeah? So I don't really know, let's say, I'm in Lokoja now. I don't really know Abuja very well. And then I just say, I want to experience Abuja today, and then I get up and go. So that's what I'm talking about, yeah? That's now what I'm saying, like the risk involved. Like, what do I need to know if I just want to make a spontaneous trip? Like, what do I need to consider first before making that trip?
Well, I think to make that, it's travel time. Okay, travel time in the sense that, okay,
are there best times to go to a particular place?
That's the point.
Yeah.
In Nigeria, there is no risk as to when you want to go anywhere.
Okay.
So the idea is, if I leave my abode in the morning, what time do I get there? Do I get there during the day, or I get there at night? So we'll talk about getting to your destination during the day. So there's no risk at that. You get in there, you see things. We're Nigerians. We get anywhere, we can always interact. I mean, a stranger in a place who just wants to travel there, it's easy for that person to make friends, because you know that, look, it's me, myself, and I. So I want to get around. I must stick around with somebody. Okay. So it's easy. So there's no risk to it. But then that is if you are in the capital, because I want to take a cue from that person who said some people are not welcoming. Risk and all of that. So if you want to look at that, you start from where it's open, the capital, then you begin to go into interland. Gradually, So
now you need to have an information about where you're going so you don't put yourself in harm's way.
Even if you're going on a packaged trip, you still need to do some research.
That's true.
To know more about where you're going, because you might have somewhere in mind that is not in the package you're buying or what you're being offered.
Yeah.
So, but you can ask questions. Okay, how far is it from where you are? Quickly dash in. And get things.
I have a question about asking questions when you get to a new place, but I'll get to that right after this. So one of the things that bothers a lot of people, maybe not all, but some people are always bothered about when they want to make a trip, what to pack, how to pack. This feature will give you an insight into that question. Watch this.
Planning a fantastic adventure within the vibrant and diverse landscapes of Nigeria? Don't fret, because we've got you covered on how to pack your suitcase for an unforgettable journey. Whether you're exploring the bustling cities, relaxing on sandy beaches, or immersing yourself in the rich culture, packing smartly is the key to a stress-free trip. Step 1. Check the weather. Nigeria's climate varies from region to region, so be sure to research the weather conditions on your destinations. Pack light and breathable clothing for the hot and humid regions like the coastal areas, and don't forget to bring along a hat, sunglasses and sunscreen to protect yourself from the sun. Step 2. Comfortable footwear. Be prepared to do a lot of walking, so pack comfortable and sturdy shoes. Sneakers or sandals are perfect for urban exploring, while hiking boots are essential if you plan to trek through Nigeria's lush national parks. Step 3. Cultural sensitivity. Nigeria is a diverse country with various cultures and traditions. When packing your clothing, be mindful of local customs, especially in more conservative regions. Modest attires like long shirts or pants and skirts with sleeves will ensure you show respect and blend in seamlessly with the local communities. Step 4. Essentials and medications. Don't forget to pack your travel essentials. A reusable water bottle, a first aid kit, insect repellent, and any necessary medications should be at the top of your list. It is always better to be prepared for any situation that might arise during your travels. Step 5. Adapters and electronics. Nigeria uses Type D and Type G electrical outlets, so make sure to bring the right power adapters for your electrical devices. Don't forget to pack a power bank, as access to charging points may not always be readily available during your adventures. Step 6. Documents and money. Keep all your essential documents, such as your passport, ID, travel insurance, flight tickets, and bus tickets, in a secure and easily accessible travel pouch. Additionally, carry a mix of cash and cards, as credit cards are widely accepted in urban areas, while cash is essential in smaller towns and markets. Step 7. Travel gadgets and entertainment. Capture those unforgettable moments with a camera or smartphone, and bring along a journal to jot down your experiences. Load up your e-reader or pack your favorite book to stay entertained during long journeys. Final step. Pack smart. Roll your clothes to save space and prevent wrinkles. Place heavier items at the bottom of your suitcase to keep it balanced, and use packing cubes or bags to organize your belongings. And remember, leave some space for souvenirs to bring back cherished memories. Now you're all set. Embrace the excitement, embrace the culture, and embark on an unforgettable journey to any part of Nigeria.
Welcome back. You're still on to the Medley Show. I hope that feature was very insightful for you and you learned a thing or two. I still have Mark and Remy in the studio. Well, we're going to talk about that. But first of all, let me take a few messages. Okay, this person, no name, no location. Okay, yeah, his name is Mr. Sally Yavala. He says, your program is interesting. Thank you very much. He says it highlights the tourism potentials of the country, which, if properly promoted, will go a long way to expose many interesting economic tourism features to the world. Example, Taraba is one of such hidden states with vast tourism attractions. You've been to Taraba. Do you agree?
I agree. You see, Taraba, even the up north region, you see, they have great mountainscapes.
Yeah. Okay,
and great views around that region. But just like he said, the problem is promoting these places, and I think until we take tourism as an asset, you know, as a gold mine in this country, will continue to kind of drag back. And I think because tourism assets are actually vested in the states and not the federal government. So and every state has its own tourism board.
Yes.
So that is where these things have to, you know, start from. These tourism boards need to curate all of these hidden treasures, hidden assets, hidden destinations, you know,
and
bring
monetize
them. Monetize them.
I mean, we can make a lot from
tourism. Because if you
tourism.
don't put it out, you won't get people who will want to come
and
to see them or invest in them.
Okay.
So these are the things that they need to do. Then, you know, people would sure explore.
Okay, so this person says, I would like to do my vacation in my state and I want to go to Olumorok. That's also somewhere you've been to.
Yeah.
So this person says, I want to go to River in Kogi State and Ega River, both in Ida, Kogi State. Heard about that?
That's going inward. That's going inward and all of that. You see, the thing about vacationing in those hinterlands is, you're taking people from other cities into a place. You need to consider accommodation, you need to consider accessibility, and a host of other things. So if you're going deep into the hinterland, then accommodation may be a challenge.
No, but those places are there and they're beautiful.
They are there, but the thing is,
I
agree with you, but they are not close to the city center. Now the thing is, when you go, you might get there at a time you're unable to return. What do you do? And now these places are not as developed as it sounds when you call them.
Okay, so this person says, my name is Abdul Basid from Maiduguri, and I love visiting exciting places and I like to discover new things. Okay, I hope you get the time to do that. Olasukomi from Lagos says, I would like to do my vacation in Kwara State. Please, when can I visit? And how do I connect with nature? You've been to Kwara State, Remy?
No, I haven't been
Yes, I have. If you want to connect with nature, you can connect. You can visit, the Owu waterfalls.
The what?
Owu Falls.
Okay, haven't heard of that, but thank you.
It's very beautiful. Deep into, if I could use the word jungle, deep in there. But it's just as high as you have the Farinluwa Falls in Nasarawa, that same height, but very beautiful and it's something exciting. So if he wants to go with nature, then you also have the ACA Museum around, and a couple of other, the Sobi Hills, all in Kwara there. So those are places that he or she could visit.
Okay, this person says, I want to go to London. Another person says, I want to go to London and Canada. Okay, another person says, my name is Augustine, and okay, this just feels like the first question we read. What do I do when people don't welcome me in a place I want to visit? Yeah, we talked about that. Okay, so time is no longer on our side, but before we go, quick tips. Okay, now, two things I want to know, Quick tips for someone who wants to make, who is just coming to Abuja for the first time and wants to have fun.
First, I would say check out my page. Start there.
Check out my page.
Abuja City Tourist. Check out my page, but keep an open mind.
Okay.
Abuja is filled with lots of different experiences. So there's good nightlife here. Forget what Lagosians say. There's there's good nightlife here. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but there's a strip club. There are different types of clubs.
Okay, I did not hear that.
And different kinds of things to experience at night. There's good food to experience at night.
Yes, I agree. There's good food
to experience at night. There's also activities, like I said, the museum, there's a water park here that's exciting. Magic Land is one of my favorite places in the world. I would say yes. It's somewhere that you could go to and completely forget your sorrows for 2-3 hours. I mean, there's a new ride at Magic Land.
Right.
Have you tried it? Please go.
I didn't even know there's a new ride.
There is a new ride that makes people scream. Oh my God, from start to finish. So please, absolutely explore that too.
All right. So Mark, tips for someone who wants to, be like you and go around the country, just for fun.
Just like you said, keep an open mind.
Okay.
Have a mindset. Look, you want to explore, you want to go have fun, you want to go discover places, you want to write stories. But primarily, everybody that travels around Nigeria, please, there's so much stories out there written for us, not by us.
Okay.
Okay.
So we need to change
more
the
people.
narrative.
Yeah, we need to change the narrative.
Tell our own story.
Go out there, tell your story,
and the right story.
The right story as it is. Educate people so that these perspectives will begin to change, and more Nigerians will also want to
vacation in Nigeria because the Jamba trend is beginning to.
Yeah, and I think the government also needs to do certain things, keep these places running, put these places up,
so we can make money from them.
We can make money from these places, and people would visit.
All right. So final word, Remy. In 10 seconds, where is one place you've been to you want to go to again?
Oh my goodness, why did you put me on the spot?
I think
Very Poultry Village.
Okay,
I
so
want to go back.
National Park.
All right, Cross River National Park and the Poultry Village in Buari.
Well, in another country?
I have a lot of places that I want to go to again, and the ones I haven't been to that I just learned today I want to visit. So in case you learned a lot from our show, be sure to be very adventurous, try new things, keep an open mind like we said, and trust me, Nigeria is a beautiful place to vacation in. Until I come your way again next week, it's been an interesting time on the Medley Show. My name is Sochi. See you next time. Bye-bye.